Hey everyone, Franco Aquino here. Thanks for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, I like to share some business education. Today, we're going to go over 3 different tips that you're able to take into consideration right away and execute right away so that you're able to save time as an entrepreneur. A little bit of a background. I am a digital marketer. I co-founded an agency and we're based here in Miami, Florida. And when it comes to being an entrepreneur, there is honestly a lot of work that you need to do. You are attending meetings, you are creating campaigns on Facebook and Google, you are monitoring those campaigns, you are setting up landing pages, and you're doing a bunch of other stuff like making sure that your finances are in order. And really, there's a lot of things that go on. If you want to grow that agency, you're supposed to look for opportunities to be able to save time, right? Because if you and your business partner are the only ones on the team, you have to do a lot of work so that you're able to move forward. So today we're going to go over 3 tips that I feel have helped me in saving some time. And the very first tip has to deal with entrepreneurs automating tasks. And this is one of my favorite ones to bring up, because it not only applies to entrepreneurs, it could also apply to people within corporate roles. And that includes using different tools that automate repetitive tasks that you really should not be worrying about. And one of the tools that I really want to bring up is Zapier. So within my digital agency, we use Zapier, which is an application that allows you to connect different apps together. So let's say we can connect Facebook to our Google Sheet. And what Zapier does, it allows these applications to work together and then to communicate with each other, to send data amongst each other. So within this agency, what we do is whenever a lead comes in from Facebook, we do 2 things. We send an email notification to the person that will respond to that lead so that they immediately know that someone filled out a lead form. Right? That's one of the things that we do with Zapier. But when that happens, we also push that lead information to a Google Sheet so that, let's say there are a lot of emails that come in through the day and we don't want to copy and paste them ourselves into a Google Sheet. Well, everything is kept on a Google Sheet already. That way it's easy to view at one glance. And I think this is extremely important, especially when you don't have a CRM in place, which I come across businesses all the time that don't have a CRM in place, or they have one but they don't really use it. So sometimes being able to use a tool such as Google Sheets, where they're already familiar, and to integrate that application, Google Sheets, with others using Zapier, there's a lot of value in there. I also want to say that when it comes to social media, right, you're able to use different applications to schedule posts, and that is another similar tool, maybe Buffer, Hootsuite, that you might be able to use to reduce the amount of time that you spend doing that manual work and hitting that publish button. So in my example, I use Zapier each week, well, every day really, but on a weekly basis I save about an hour. So at a monthly basis, that's about 4 hours that are saved, which is a lot of savings. Tip number 2. Entrepreneurs, we create processes. And the reason we do that is because when we don't create processes and we're doing a bunch of different work for different clients, that is very difficult to really improve. And what I mean is, look, if you have a process in place, you're able to easily avoid making similar errors for clients in the future. So it might be as simple as putting together a document where every time you're onboarding a client, you're following all of those steps, so that once you get to the end, you know that you did everything you had to do to set up that client for a particular campaign. As a result of that, you don't have to go back and fix any issues that can take you half an hour or more, because if you have to go back to the client, maybe they're not available. And that is something that, if you're able to create a process, it can help you out tremendously. One of the things that I've also done to create processes is I use a tool called Asana. And within Asana, I have templates for different types of clients, and I have templates for different types of projects. So for example, if I have a website project, I will have a template that I just duplicate and then fill in with the details for the new project. And that includes things like design, making sure that the domain is connected, making sure that the applicable applications are added, and really just being able to set up that standard makes it so much easier to make sure that all of the projects you do get the same consistent level of service, of quality. Now for tip number 3, entrepreneurs eliminate waste. I live about 10 miles away from my office, but if I were to leave during rush hour traffic, so if I were to leave between 6:30 in the morning and 9, or if I were to go back home from this office between maybe 4 and 6:30, both ways will take me about an hour. And that would mean that I would have to commute 2 hours each day. But because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm able to work at different hours, right? And since I'm a digital marketer, I'm able to really work from home in the morning and then come to the office. I am able to skip that traffic. And as a result of that, I leave my house at around 9:30, 10, and I'm able to be at my office in about 25 minutes, right? And then to go back home, since I leave after 7, I can get home in like 20 minutes. So the difference in what I save there is huge. If I'm taking advantage of my own time and I'm leaving when I'm not working on rush hour traffic, then that means that my round trip per day commute is about 45 minutes. Now, if I go through traffic, that's 2 hours a day. On a weekly basis, because I'm pretty much avoiding traffic nowadays, I am saving about, I have this written here, that's why I'm looking down there, about 6 hours each week. So on a monthly basis, I'm saving about 24 hours or a whole day by really determining that I don't want to sit in traffic. And if you're in corporate America, it's possible that you have to go through traffic because you have to be at some place at a certain time. And you know what, with entrepreneurs, if we have meetings in the morning, sure, we'll have to go through that as well. But if you have the opportunity to avoid traffic, do it. Do it because you will feel so much better. Funny story, when I was in college, I actually had an internship in Miami Beach, which one way was about an hour and a half, and then the way back was about an hour and a half as well. That would have been a 3-hour commute each day, but because I really, at that point, I did not want to spend so much time in traffic, I would actually go to my college, which was the midpoint, and I'd work out of there a bit before I would go home and really cut down on traffic time. So really try to avoid traffic because that will save you so much time as an entrepreneur, and you're able to get stuff done at home if you have a computer and you're able to work while people are sitting down in traffic. And I don't think it's worth it, right, to be in traffic. So I hope that these tips helped you out. Again, we discussed how entrepreneurs are able to automate tasks, how entrepreneurs are able to create processes, and how entrepreneurs eliminate waste in order to be able to save time. These are things I do every day, and I definitely think that they can help you save some time. And if you have any particular tips that you feel are worth sharing, add them in the comments below so that other people can take those into consideration as well. If you like this video, give it a like and make sure to subscribe. I'm always going to be creating a lot more content. It's something that I like to do because on a daily basis I'm always talking to people and they're always talking about digital marketing topics, and they're asking me about different things. So I feel like I would love to really share that in these videos so that I don't have to repeat myself, but at the end of the day it's like a library of everything I've learned. So until next time, I'm Franco, your business vlogger, and I'm out.